Thank you for tuning in to the Guardians of Discourse. Today, we will be discussing whatever the fuck we want.
Giggity Google butt.
Giggity hootin' tarnish!
Don't look at my brown star that way. Smells like Skittlefish. I got Lyme disease from a tick biting my balls. Oh, baby girl.
Mama feels good.
You fucking bunny. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought we were just doing it.
And we just lost all of that. You fucking asshole. That was good content.
Okay.
Am I supposed to be hearing myself?
Speak. Yeah, you should be hearing me too.
No.
Okay, I don't care. You don't hear yourself at all?
No.
Well, I hear you, so...
Are you hearing yourself?
Yep. I hear both of us. And it's because the software is doing it that way. And you know what? I'm not going to fuck with it anymore.
Itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini that he wore for the first time today.
I'm testing out to make sure that we're getting double audio too.
Double dicked audio.
Double dicked audio.
Cock.
Double dicked audio. Okay, I think we're good. I think we should just do this. Fuck it.
Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Think anybody's ever jerked off while eating a turkey leg from the circus?
You ever had the turkey leg at Disneyland?
Yeah, I don't know why I said circus. You usually get them at like a fair or the Disneyland.
I was gonna say it's like iconic at Disneyland. I love that fucking thing.
We never get the good shit there.
No,
Seems like
you don't go to the corn dog stand either,
Well, that's the thing. We try to
or the
go through
churros.
every single fucking ride and make the most out of it. And we don't stop at the Blue Lagoon or those nice places that are cool. It's always like, let's get a fucking cotton candy or a little...
Or Ariel's
hot
Grotto.
dog. I've actually been there one time, courtesy of my brother and sister-in-law. And it was pretty cool. The princesses come out really rapidly and sing and then run away.
That's
then-
true.
Yeah. Did you know that if you get a adult tri-tip breakfast, it's the same as the children's tri-tip breakfast?
No,
Same portions,
I didn't know that.
and it's like $10
What?
difference. I was so fucking mad. My brother almost flipped the table.
Is it the same price?
Yeah, no, that's the fucked up part.
So what kid got the tri-tip breakfast?
My nephew got it, and me and my brother got like the adult one, and it was a price difference of like $10 or $15. And it was
Holy
the same
shit.
amount of food.
Well, that's annoying. Because you have the I guess, kids eat cheaper, but they're putting just as much food on the fucking plate. So it's literally them blatantly telling you,
I would
like, you
instantly
need to pay more because you're an old fuck.
I'd instantly become a trans child if that was the case.
Oh my God.
I would shit myself and say I declare, what's the word that they use? What the fuck is it called?
Don't mispronoun me.
Identify.
I identify as a child.
I identify as a 5-year-old child. I shit my pants and say, give me more tri-tip.
That's amazing. I would totally do that too. If you could just identify as a child everywhere instead of being an adult. I don't have to pay taxes.
A lot less.
Because I'm a child. This is my
That's a good
allowance.
point. Yeah.
My work gives me an allowance.
I identify my boss as my dad,
Yes.
and he just gives me an allowance every 2 weeks.
My wife is my boss.
She's my mom, I fuck.
She's my mom.
I eat my mom's box.
It tastes like placenta.
My mom doesn't mind strapping me down and fucking my asshole.
With a dildo.
I call my mom my wife too.
Like when I sent you that video the other day.
Which one?
When you sent me the one of your daughter. And you were like, she's like this forever. And I was like, you're mad, just mad because she looked like me.
I was laughing. It wouldn't stop laughing because I would watch it, and then the end is what would make me rewatch it.
I realized because I was talking like a retard when I was doing it.
Yeah.
But
through
like
the Snapchat
the
filter.
further I got into the moment, the more childish I got,
Yeah.
and so I just sounded like a little kid.
You did. It is like a cute little kid with a beard.
Yeah.
It sounds creepy, but if I had the video and I can show you, it was actually more cute than scary. She looks like me.
I'll play the audio. I'll play the audio so that everyone can witness.
They definitely can't witness. They can listen.
They can. It's still witnessing it if you're hearing it, right?
Well, now I'm going to pull up the definition of witness while you do that.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to talk
Did you watch that John Sakar's video? The one that I sent you?
balls?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Oh, really?
I didn't watch it yet.
Oh, what the fuck?
So-
I resent that because there's no very nice thing to say about your daughter. She just wants you to love her and take care of her forever, and you don't love her because she looks like me.
You don't love her because she looked like me. Oh, what do you know? Witness. A person who sees an event, typically a crime or accident, take place. So fuck you for being dumb.
So it has to be seized then in order to witness something?
Seen.
You have to have seen something in order to witness
That's what
it.
it looks like, according to Daddy Google.
Wow.
Our dialogue has to be, it literally has to be something for us to comment on. That's what we have to find, is just shit to talk
Like
about
poopy butt.
regarding it.
Poopy butts.
Poopy shitty ass?
That's what we're going to fucking comment on is poopy butts.
Like children's?
What?
Like children's poopy asses?
Children's poopy butts?
That's prevalent.
Yeah,
I
it
deal
is.
with that on the daily.
I deal with old man poopy butts.
That's cool.
It's not.
I say it's cool because it's probably something you don't get to see every day.
It's something you'll probably never have to see, honestly.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
What if I have to see my own?
I wish the best for you.
You know,
in
and
this
I think
life.
that's the kind of justification that my wife would make. Like if I become fucked up
Incontinent?
in my older age, like she puts a mirror above my bed and she has to make me watch as she does that. Have you given up on us?
No.
Oh, okay. You just put your head down and start looking at your phone and like, he's fucking just,
My buddy that I did the podcast with,
yeah.
he made a picture for our episode. It was 3 of us. It was
Yeah.
my buddy Matt, and by the way, 3 people works amazing.
I
It's
bet
like
does.
it flows like a motherfucker. But this was the picture, the like little icon picture that he did. And my buddy Matt was like, "Why does Vinny get the nice picture?"
You do look kind of like Clark Kent in that one. Everyone else kind of looks like they just got smacked in the dick.
Then I
and they
looked
like
at
it.
Matt's picture. He's in the top right. It's a
No,
terrible
you're the top right.
picture. Or top left, sorry.
Top left. Oh, that's glorious.
It's pretty great. He looks like a fucking...
He looks like somebody that can talk you down off a bridge. You know what I mean?
I'm
And
gonna
then, of
say
course,
Matt.
he sets you in the backseat of a Subaru.
Hey, hi, don't ever do that to me again, okay?
I'm gonna get it. Never made love to an antelope before.
You should watch that John Sakar's video.
I will. I watched, I showed Joe a couple. Should have seen his face when that was going on. He's actually given a few Sackers-like comedic performances. I know you would never think that. And they're not as in-depth or detailed. But he said some shit that's like out of this world that made me hold my dick laughing.
Really?
Yeah. And you would never know.
Like Joe did?
Yeah.
Like what? Give me an example.
It's usually
like
ways
one example.
I don't know if I can give you an example, but the scenery is weird people propositioning his penis in really strange ways. Like, he can tell you a way of somebody coming up and wanting to grab his dick, and it would be very comedic.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of like I said, like, he'd be like, she rolled up on her bike and asked if she can pound my beanbag, or something like that.
Okay. So it's the way he says things?
It's the way, and also just the way he will set it up. The mental picture.
Do you think it's only just funny to you? I mean, obviously I would think it's funny, but...
I'm the only one who laughs at it, but then again, I'm the only one who's there.
Are you?
I don't know.
You never know what else is floating out there, man.
That's the thing. You ever thought about if we had to work with girls?
I'd feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
That'd be a terrible thing to have to put a woman through.
Yep. Just slapping their ass with rods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, man. So much HR.
It wouldn't be good.
No. Do you think? I don't think we would though. I don't like you and I specifically.
No, we wouldn't do that. We'd probably say something stupid. You know what I mean? Like, just in the moment, might say something retarded. But as far as do anything like that, like take a...
Oh, they would have to hear a bunch of shit.
Yeah. I can conceal it better than you, though.
Yeah, well...
That's the thing. You'll just let it
fly.
Let your freak flag fly on that one.
Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna change who I am. She's gonna have to learn.
You ever seen those...
Or fire me.
You ever seen like those
going to HR.
frog or those they're like gooey hands that you'll get off one of those dispensing machines. You can throw them and they stick.
Yeah, and they always break.
Yeah. For some reason, I imagine that being your dick and just throwing it on a car window and sticking to
I would love to do that. If you had like a permanent sticky hand.
Sticky dick.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
And it was really elastic. Just the weird part is if you could fucking chuck it like a softball, like your whole wad of
What if
cock.
you had suction cups on the bottom of your dick like an octopus?
Ooh. Wait, like on the bottom shaft or the tip?
On the bottom shaft.
I would be stuck in the bathroom all day. Not happen to my dick.
like if you went on the toilet seat and it would go
Oh, that's gross. And then like after a while, if you don't clean it, you just see like little uneven rings, like kind of like a brown like rust rim. Yeah. People are like, what the fuck is that?
just like
you pry it up.
you're in the shower, you're just sitting against the shower door like
Oh, you'd be there till the fucking water turned cold.
What if it was just the tip? What if it was your balls? What if your balls were just covered in suction cups?
I wouldn't want that. That would suck. Can you imagine, like, especially on the toilet too, you get up, the toilet lid comes off, it rips from your balls and just slaps down. Especially if you had a low-hanging fruit too.
Oh, dude.
It would just smash your whole junk.
Every time a chick tried to deep throat your fucking dick, your fucking suction cups get stuck in the back and you choke her and she dies.
You can't pull them out.
Yeah. You're just like, no, not again. How many cases of women...
Melissa. She's just dead. You try to close her eyes, they just keep coming open.
That would be fucking great.
And the mound in the backyard gets a little higher.
I think that was one of the most clever ideas I've ever come up with.
It can be done.
Putting suction cups on my dick?
Well, you can tie some around, but I wonder, how did you ever hear they were trying to splice in salamander DNA into ours? So if we actually had a limb cut off, we can grow it back rather than just be a stump.
I don't think that would be possible.
Not even some salamander bomb?
They have skeletons?
I think so. But somehow in their genetic makeup, like if they get their tail or maybe some of their limbs like chopped off, they'll regenerate and grow back.
Because I don't know if their tail has a bone. I'm just trying to picture if they were to do that to us and we were to have bones regenerate, like having like bone marrow and everything back to this.
It seemed like it'd be really complicated to grow something with the dexterity.
I mean, I guess it happens because obviously babies grow in the womb.
But they have them, right?
What?
They just grow that way naturally.
Yeah.
but they're not losing them and gaining them back.
Yeah. But I guess it's no different, is it?
Oh, you just mean like initially, like when they grow from like a little just jizz puddle.
Yeah, to this. So, I mean, I guess it's possible. What happens if it grows back different?
If they what?
Like, if it grows back different? Like, so, like, let's say you got your hand cut off and now
Grows
you've
back
got a
as a foot?
smaller hand.
Oh.
So, like, one hand is smaller than the other.
Oh fuck! If it did that, I think I'd cut off my own hand just to fuck with myself.
But what if it was excruciating pain every time you
No,
did
then I wouldn't do it.
it? Like, it's the same pain as getting your hand cut off.
I would do.
Which I've never experienced, but I can't imagine it feels good.
What if one came back really smelly? I'd have a stink hand. Can you imagine? Like, and you touch people with it, you'd know. And then when you're sitting in your room by yourself, you're just taking hits off your stink hand. It grew back just fucking different. Oh, you're gagging yourself, and you're just thinking it's the best thing that ever happened to you.
You just have a stinky ass hand.
Oh, yeah, because what if the genes get fucked up and your hand grows back normally, but it has like glandular, like,
Or suction cups.
or is that like it has the same glands? as
Like
your
every time
genitals?
you do it, your hand comes back with a superpower. Like some different modification to it.
But it'd have to correlate with your body.
You grow pubic hair on your hand.
Yeah, just like it looks like you just have a constant glove.
It's
Like
like,
a
a
wool
roll
glove.
of the dice, man. You're gonna get because it's growing like an entire body, but just on your hand. So you could end up with like a penis.
Oh,
You could have a
two eyes
vagina
on your
on your hand.
fingers right here.
Yeah.
Your thumb and your pinky,
Every
your
time it's gonna
arms,
grow another body part on top of the hand.
and right at your wrist, just two legs spread out. Oh, it's like your own sock puppet.
You're just like
What if it had its own brain and became a separate like creature?
oh fuck. And you had no control of your hand sometimes.
Oh, it would be like water torture if you were washing your hands too. Little guy.
But then also
I'd name him Elmer.
this brain was interlinked with your actual brain. So if this brain dies or gets hurt, then this brain gets hurt.
That's way too Matrix for me right now.
So like if you accidentally like hit your hand on a nail, you're dead.
Ooh.
Yeah. That would suck.
See, I don't like that.
Or
you just fucking ruined my awesome fantasy. Yeah, somehow there's like a nerve link between like they sustain each other. So if your little fucking creature on your hand gets destroyed,
or if you
die.
accidentally get a cut on your wrist and it cuts the nerve. Bye-bye.
Imagine if you're trying to be a good friend and you're trying to fuck other female hands. Like you'd have to go to Starbucks.
Like you have a dick hand and you're like,
You'd have to go to Starbucks. They have to have a little section made for that now where people gather and just like mate their wrists.
oh man, just spread your seed through your hand.
Oh, can you imagine? It's like a diaper table. That's what it is. It's just a little spot where you lay your two people's hands and they just fuck each other.
Fuck the pussy hand.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just like,
And they just start fucking. And you get and people. They're on their laptops trying to write their novel and drink coffee, and they're hearing your wrist squeal in orgasm. Yeah. Your wrists are queefing.
do you have to have clammy hands to do that?
No, I have this little tick to where my hands, I will constantly squeeze them, and sometimes I'll grab my hands together and do it. And I found out you can make a suction. If you feel my hands right now, they're not wet. So I squeeze them really tight and then pull them apart, and it makes a suction.
I don't know.
See, that's it. You got it.
That's difficult. It's really tiring on your hands too.
Now I got monster fucking hands after that.
But you just squeeze. What are you doing? What little pocket are you finding?
Those who can do.
Those who cannot do not try.
I heard this recently. It was those who can't, of course. Those who do. Those who can do. And those who can't supervise.
I'm taking a second to think about it.
Yeah.
Those who can do and those who can't supervise.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. I was thinking about throwing that on Diz if he gives me a shitty fucking day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be like, without me, man.
You know, he said he was gonna listen to this, but I don't know if he did.
He says a lot of things.
It was when he was going down to, I think he was going to San Diego for something.
He's not listening to us.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll listen to it. Send me the link."
He's
I don't
reading
think he
fucking
listened to it.
PDFs about other shit.
And then I think he said he did listen to it, but he didn't have enough to say about it for me to believe him.
I feel like I want him to enjoy his life in other ways.
Than us?
Yeah. What seems like his life is work.
I mean, his life is work.
Yeah, I want him to enjoy other things.
Don't make me feel bad.
He needs...
I don't feel bad at all.
No.
I actually enjoy giving him shit. Actually, he says I make his life better.
Better?
That he enjoys calling me at the end of the day because he can get it out of his system and he can like vent to me.
I think he likes the back and forth of that type. I think it's exactly what it says. It's venting, so you get to go crazy and then calm the situation. And it's ridiculous. You say shit like, fucking cocks, fucking my
well, because he says he
fucking-"
laughs every time he talks to me,
Yeah.
so it automatically makes him feel better.
Do you think he has a dick in his hand while he's talking to you?
I hope not.
Well, we
Be
already-
very flattering. Like a straight man, and the only guy he's ever been gay for is me.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about you. So.
And he's from Ireland.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting thing, yeah.
He's from Ireland?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Well, he was born there.
I didn't know that.
I think he grew up out here.
I've only
Nobody-
heard of his Utah adventures.
He's an interesting fellow.
He's great.
He hates country music.
I know he does. He went to he was telling me how he went to a line dancing bar
Okay.
when he was out in San Diego,
Yeah.
and he said it was just full of chicks.
They-
Like just on the bar dancing. He was like, it was like a fucking movie.
It's great.
I know. I
That's
was like, how could you not like? He goes, I don't even like country music. We stayed there for 2 hours.
Like I remember, well, I mean, I'm not a fan of most contemporary country, but I remember being a kid, and that was what people did.
You listen to country music?
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I was being a kid. Like that's
Oh,
what
yeah,
people
yeah.
did is you listen to country music.
Yeah, I mean, I remember them, like my mom and everybody, getting ready and going out and going and doing that. Like go do the line.
Yeah, my
dance
mom
and
was.
shit.
I used to listen to Garth Brooks and fucking Alan Jackson, Tim McGraw all the time when I was a kid.
Dream is like a river.
Not gonna get into singing, man.
Why not? You sing well.
I do not.
Do?
Marlon said the same shit.
That you sing well?
Yeah.
You do.
Mm-mm.
He's Filipino. He's not gonna lie to you. He would have been
I
like,
know,
bro,
they're super into. It's so crazy how much Asians are into singing.
karaoke, man.
Yeah.
Every time you go over to Filipino's house to set up a receiver, you have to put that karaoke machine in, and it has to work.
Yeah. You better test that shit out too. It's gonna have that shitty video, that little composite cable too.
Yep. Or they're gonna throw a fucking shit fit.
If it don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need the karaoke.
What kind of accent was that?
Oh, I need the karaoke.
That's like Japanese.
With the karaoke.
Karaoke.
Karaoke. Now I sound like Watto from Star Wars.
Yeah. Did I see now? I'm fucking. It's been so long since we did a podcast.
Public credits are no good here.
Can't remember if I mentioned talking about meeting
You know, no, we have to talk about your experience.
with Admiral Akbar.
No?
Who?
Benjamin, you took a little break from our current employer
Mm-hmm.
and our current employment status
It's
in
true.
our job. And you went to go try something new. What was it you went to try? So tell us about it, Ben.
I went initially and joined the operating engineers union, construction union. And my first assignment was to be dispatched to do some construction on the Bay Bridge.
Now, did I want it to happen?
Absolutely not.
But
You were supportive.
what did I tell you to do? Be objective.
Yeah.
I said just be objective when you go into it.
Yeah.
Right. Did that advice or what I told you based on your experience,
Yeah.
did I even have to say that? Or was it?
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Okay.
I think it helped me because you feel pushed in a sense, even by yourself, like your own consciousness, because I was making so much more money. So it's like, man, just even if it fucking blows, you just gotta just do it. And
Yeah,
you're
like,
the first person to be like, hey, it's okay if you don't want to fucking do that.
right.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
And you explain why, and then you also said, hey, but if it's something you like to do, then by all means go for it, you know?
Right.
So, no, you didn't have to say it, but it was nice that you did because you were one of the few that were kind of giving me the alternative.
Like, hey, dude, you're not less of a man if you do it.
Yeah. And, oh, but I am. You got up. Vince is leaving me so I can talk, but he got up like he had fucking scoliosis. It was actually terrifying. I don't know how you maneuvered that way. All right. That was more normal. Yeah, so it was construction on the Bay Bridge. We were replacing...
As a dredger, right?
No, no, it wasn't. That's what I wanted to do, because that was like the family business was dredging. I was out there replacing the buffers on the bottom columns of the San Francisco side of the Bay Bridge.
Okay.
So not the bottom columns; they're the buffers that are on the bottom column. So ships comes through and they
Bump into them.
You don't just start taking out parts of the bridge.
Right.
And those are really fucked up, so we were out there replacing them. And you have to take a tugboat out there from Oakland, and it takes about 25 minutes just to get from there to the bridge and get off. They have two huge scow barges.
And this is from where? Where did you leave from?
Oakland, the port of Oakland.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it takes a tugboat out there, then you hit the scows, and it's... So the middle dredge, it's like the main dredge, and on either side is two other barges. And I already fucking fucked up what I said. The middle is actually a crane barge.
Okay.
And the outer two are just barges open for debris.
Right.
So what they do is they were taking all these and actually getting them as close to the bridge as they can and anchoring out so we didn't fly off and come off the column too much so we can actually get in there. And what we were doing in there was setting up scaffolding to work and then fix the buffers that way. But by the time I got there, they'd already finished most of that column, so it was deconstructing all the scaffolding in there. So taking it apart and getting it down. But when I was out there, it was fucking insane. You know,
I believe after you told me this story, I was like, dude, you sound like the reporter that just got back from Iraq.
I'm Al Roker who just fucking hit the ground during the hurricane.
like you were so used to your happy little life doing the fucking Thanksgiving Day parade, and then all of a sudden you go out to Iraq and you're like in the fetal position on the fucking back of the tank.
Oh, just fucking... It was like 40 IUDs under my fucking feet.
You've got the entire army yelling at you like you're an idiot.
Oh, and they do that out there. That's the thing. It's not like, hey, it's gonna take some time. Just follow this guy. No, it's what the fuck you doing, dumb fuck? Get over here. Get down. What the fuck you doing? You know, there's no mercy, which is fine. If it was something that I was really passionate about, I could get through that.
So what did they specifically have you do that day that you worked?
This is actually my most compelling reason, just from my own perspective. Was I had a couple people saying, you know, they're like, you're green, right? I'm like, oh yeah, very much so. They're like, okay, just for a few days, just kind of step back and watch. And then there's other people that are coming to be like, dude, you need to get the fuck in there and start helping. You know, don't have your hands in your pockets.
Oh shit.
So two different groups of people kind of be like, just step back, it's dangerous, see what's going on. And then people like, just get the fuck in there and learn how to do it.
Was there any particular age that was telling you one or the other?
There's all different kinds.
Okay.
All different age groups. There's probably guys that are 24 and guys that are
I know, but
60.
Like older guys were telling you to stand back and watch, and the younger guys were like, get your ass in there.
Nope.
Okay.
So the younger guys were kind of just like they were. I was on my own with those. There's nobody helping me.
Okay. Mostly because the younger guys are probably working.
Yeah. And the guy who was the like superintendent or foreman on there, he was kind of an odd dude, very quiet and gruff. Kind of looked like he was worried all the time.
Did he look like a sailor?
No.
Damn it.
He kind of looked like John Wayne.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of had a face like John Wayne, and kind of just always concerned on his face.
That's great.
And
I wish
when I was-
John Wayne could have been president.
That would have been dope. The Duke.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. And yeah, he's like, yeah, just kind of stand back for a while and just observe and see what's going on. I'm like, okay. And another old guy who was the deck engineer, he's like, quit having your fucking hands in your pockets, get down here and fucking do this. And he was actually came on the second day. So I feel like if I was with that dude the first day, and he was the one who was actually kind of making strides with me to kind of like get the idea of what was going on, it might have been a different story of me coming back. Because then I would have felt like I had at least somebody there guiding me, albeit roughly, but guiding me through the learning process. But it was really intermittent, and I felt just lost, and it was dangerous as fuck.
How
You
so?
know, well, so if you try, just even crossing barges, so if you're on the crane, you have to kind of jump across to the next one.
So how large was the barge?
I'd say they're about maybe 15, 20 yards wide.
Okay.
Okay. And there's three just kind of pinched next to each other. And you have to jump across them. You know, if you fall,
Were
you're
they like
dead.
tied to each other?
Yeah, but
like rope?
they loosen.
Okay.
So there might be like a 6-foot jump you have to make, and it's wet. So you know what I mean. So and if you fall down in between the barges, it's not good.
Like, especially if it floats back.
Yeah, you're likely dead. And they were telling me shit too out there. They're like, yeah,
Not to mention being trapped under a barge would be scary as fuck.
yeah, and
Like I would have a panic attack and die.
that was a big one too. One of the safety guys there, he was like, you know, you have to wear your helmet, your eye protection, and your life jacket. He's like, but just so you know, if you end up going in and you fall next to one of the barges, he's like, try just to get off or cut off your life jacket because they're gonna drag you down under it.
God, that's scary.
Yeah, and you're wearing fucking 20-pound boots because you don't want your feet to get smashed, so you already have weights on the bottom of your feet. You know what I mean?
You'll just whoop.
Yeah,
Okay, so 15 yards wide,
yeah.
and then how long are they?
Oh, they're
What'd you say?
probably 75 yards long.
Man.
Yeah, because it was a big crane. I think they called it the Palomar. And dealing with that too, so there's a lot of rigging going on to where they would get a bunch of shit, they would rig it up to the crane and move it from one barge to the next. So there's a bunch of guys rigging it up on one side and the other guys de-rigging it.
So what kind of things were they moving over to the barges?
The scaffolding, pallets of pretty much material that they were deconstructing from the column.
Okay. And it was a big crane, I would assume?
Oh yeah, big crane. I couldn't tell you if if they're like it's a 20-yard crane, whatever size they call it. I'm not familiar with it, but it was a pretty heavy duty one.
Was there a bathroom on board? Was there like a porta
Oh,
potty?
that was the fucked up part too, because it's not like a normal septic. I want to say it's just like a hole somewhere in there.
So it's like a porta potty hole.
yeah, but it's a bathroom. But how they hold your waste, I think it just stays on board.
Okay, so in like a septic tank.
Okay, then that's what that is. But I don't think they pump it out or do any treatment to it at all.
They have to pump it out.
Yeah, but I don't think they do it routinely. Because every time you'd come into the main cabin, so you'd have to go into the main
Did
cabin.
you have to
which
take
is
a
like
shit?
tools. No, I didn't. I just took.
Would you
piss.
have?
What's that?
If you had to take a shit in there, would you have taken
yeah,
a shit?
Yeah, I'd have to. The bathroom wasn't that fucked as far as how it was. It's just it stunk to high heaven, and it was right next to.
I'm
the
just
lunchroom.
picturing a completely black bathroom.
No, it
Or
was,
like that old like that old sea green like
Yeah.
an old army submarine from like World War II. Like I'm picturing a bathroom inside like that.
It was like steel floors, and it was almost like linoleum vanilla color in there.
Okay.
And it had one of those like 1970s fluorescent lights in there, so it was kind of like a dim vanilla
And it's like
color. Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, and it was right by the lunchroom, so every time you went in to go have lunch, you just fucking gag on shit smell.
The conditions are horrible.
Yeah.
You would
Yeah.
think that they would have some kind of regulation on it.
The only regulation that they had was like the shit you were wearing. You had to have your life jacket, your eye safety, and your
So they
helmet.
just don't want you to die. They don't care if you smell poop.
No, not at all. A couple of the guys are like, they need to throw a fucking tablet in there. Whatever that meant. I guess they got tablets you can throw in there. It kind of helps.
Oh,
Yeah.
I pictured like an iPad. I pictured them having like a universal iPad for
Somebody
everybody to
just tries
poop
to
on.
flush an iPad down the toilet. Like that's protocol.
Can you imagine if they had bathrooms in general, just bathrooms that had tablets?
That'd be kind of cool. I don't know
Except
if
they'd
I'd
be
touch
so
it.
dirty.
Yeah, they'd be so fucking gross.
People graffiti it. Yeah, it
With their
wouldn't work.
poop?
That's a terrible idea.
Unless it was like a home automation for a bathroom, to where it was like a main thing.
Yeah.
Like imagine you can go like flush from that, or you could hit like bidet, like a bidet setting, and your toilet actually turns into one.
Like a transformer.
Oh, that'd be nice.
So how was the weather? How was the water out there?
The water was rough because the current's really strong right there. Weather-wise, it was mild, probably like upper 50s, lower 60s.
What were the swells like?
Overcast, pretty heavy. So it was about, I don't know how you would describe it nautically or if you're a seasoned worker, but you're doing about 12 feet increments of up and down. So that's the crazy part, is if you're trying to like stay stable on the barge and work, you know, you're going up 6 feet and down 6 feet with the water. So it's kind of like just like a 12-foot increments of you going down and trying to just have your balance.
Didn't you say when you were there was like a rope that snapped or something?
Oh yeah, there was one of the ropes that was holding the outer scow barge to the main barge. Yeah, it went. That sounded like a fucking bomb exploded. And that's my dad told me too. He's like, I know you don't know shit. He's like, ropes will snap, and if you hear them or see them about ready to go, get to the fucking other side of the fucking barge, because that'll cut your fucking leg off. There's cabling too of the anchors. He's like, you know, don't stand in the bite of one of those, which means the inner part. So if they were to snap or go, the direction that they're going to go, you know, don't just be on the outer side of that, because it'll just cut you in half.
God.
Oh, there was one story too. The crane itself, it rotates, of course, right?
Right.
So, but when you have to go up to the engine room or anywhere into the crane, it's about a 4.5 foot clearance. So, if nobody knew you were there and the crane's starting to move, it would cut you in half.
Wow.
And the safety guy there, when he was telling me on my first day, he's like, always let the crane operator know when you're back here. He's like, a couple years back, there was a lady welding over the side railing right here, and she didn't let anybody know, and she was into what she was doing, and the crane just came by and just cut her in half, and she fell off the side of the crane.
Fuck. She must have been a butch-ass woman.
And she didn't fucking beat the crane.
Huh?
She didn't beat the crane.
I don't think anyone could.
Man. So, a couple days of that. I mean, I was disappointed that it wasn't my thing, but at the same time, I was really saying, this is not my fucking thing.
Yeah. We got very fortunate that we were able to keep you around.
That was a really fortunate thing that was done.
Yep.
I couldn't be more happy about that.
I agree. I'm very happy about it too, because as your friend, I would hate for you to be stuck doing something like that and be miserable every goddamn day of your life.
No shit.
Which I said would happen if you didn't like it.
I didn't realize how much those guys were alcoholics, too.
I would be too.
Because as soon as I didn't realize until the second day, they would hit, and most of them wouldn't. Like, my thing is, okay, go home. I'm done. They fucking open up ice chests, just get drunk before they go home. I was like, wow.
For their commute.
Yeah. I'm not going to be sober in this fucking traffic.
They're just
throwing a
snorting heroin
fucking-
and drinking 4 beers.
Throwing an Eagles tape and just get fucked.
Just got a fucking big ass cooler full of natty ice
Yeah.
and a fucking line of cocaine.
And I wasn't aware, like, not everyone there is the same union or the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm trying to, like, go up to people, like, ask for help. And, I mean, they're nice enough, but they're like, no, I'm a fucking pile driver. You're the deckhand. This isn't the same shit. I'm like,
What's
oh,
the pile
okay.
driver do?
Well, they were, or a pile butt, whatever the fuck they call themselves. There was
Pile
this-
butt?
Yeah. There was guys that
What a
were
great
actually
name.
drilling through holes on those buffers to where the bracings or those screws would clamp on, like the bolts to the bridge.
I bet those bolts are huge.
Yeah, they're about the size of your fist.
Jesus Christ.
And so he's like, yeah, I got to clean this shit up. So I just like started getting a broom and going and getting everything in a trash can, and coming to find out that's not really my job, but I was just trying to stay busy.
Right.
So yeah, it was I just felt kind of one of those things, like trying to work, but felt so fucking lost, and there was nobody really fucking helping me. And of course, it was dangerous as fuck.
Did you feel like you were learning anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially one of the dudes there towards the end, he's like, okay, you're going to come learn how to lock the crane up. And he did that 2 days in a row with me, so I was getting that. It would have been slow. It's just I wanted somebody to be like, okay, this is what we do the first thing first, and then we go out there and do this, and you got to do this. It was an eye-opener, man. The one thing I want to say, though, those dudes are fucking badass. There's a lot of badass people out there, man.
Underpaid, I'll say.
Yeah, and they just work fucking hard. They know how to throw a fucking rope from 20 yards away and hit the guy first go, you know, because if you don't do that, you have to do another 20-minute boat ride around to get the right fucking angle again and do that. You know what I mean? Because that's the shittiest part. It's like, hey, when you throw this, you got to catch it. Because if you don't catch it, it's going to be another 20 minutes till I can get this angle again, and you're going to be fucked. I'm going to fucking hate you. You know what I mean?
Damn, man. That's just like, I guess, verbal abuse.
Yeah. Oh.
Just like a drill sergeant.
And my brother who helped me get this job, he was like, just so you know, there's going to be people that are going to call you a dumb fuck. He's like, and you know nothing, so you are. So just let them do their thing. He's like, you're just feel like the dumb fuck and try to learn. I'm like, all right.
Did you?
For those few days I was out there, I did.
Felt like a complete dumb fuck?
Yeah. I felt really like Shakespearean and eloquent after it. I was emotional. You guys are quite the construction workers, and I don't declare myself worthy of your company, dear sirs.
So okay. So you went for those 2 days.
Yeah.
And then how did you have to end it?
Oh, I just called. I'm like, yeah, it's not for me. But I guess there was like 5 other dudes. Like the first day quit.
Really?
Yeah, I'm guessing like that particular job right there, what we were doing, it's not something that most people do.
I wouldn't.
No, well, because, yeah, there's a guy who's worked for construction for 20 years, and he just gotten into the same union as me. He's in another one. And I met him when I was signing up, and we were out there the same day, and his name was Derek. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if this is for me. He's like, dude, this is definitely not for me either. He's like, I'm used to like running a loader and working on land. He goes, this shit's crazy as fuck. So he probably, I don't know if he's going to make it out there or if he did or not. He probably did, but he wasn't digging it either. And the guy who brought me on and was going over the orientation with me in a sense, he was like, yeah, he's like 4 or 5 other guys were out there first day too. He's like, so how long are you going to stay?
You were like, not
1 day longer.
1 day longer than these fuckers.
Yeah.
Fuck that, man.
Yeah.
Well, I envy you for having tried it.
Well, thank you.
That's
when I showed Desmond, he was like, yeah, it looks like something like to get an experience. He's all, but I don't think I want to do that for my life.
No way. But good for you, man.
Thank you.
It's a good story.
Thank you.
It's a good story.
I'm glad I learned and got to see kind of what people do. And my brother, he didn't mean to, but he made me feel like a real pussy.
Well, you are a pussy compared to those guys.
Yeah. But I was showing him like all these pictures of like what I was doing. And he's like, look at you, man, building America. How great does that feel? And I'm like,
I don't know if that's building America.
Yeah. Well, it's the bridge.
I mean, it's an American worker job.
Yeah.
But
well, I think it's the literal like building the infrastructure of America.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, that sounds like a noble thing. I'm just gonna fucking shit away.
You could say that anyone who were to build the wall between America and Mexico is an American job too.
Yeah.
Even though it would have been Mexicans building it.
Geographically speaking, I don't see how you can't have most of them being Mexicans. It's pretty much in Mexico.
Technically, any job you have in America is an American job. So, one for another.
Tit for tat.
Tit for tat.
Eat my ass like sassafras.
Every day, we work an American job.
I'm gonna play with your feet.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna put Joe on blast again.
Ooh. I like putting
You
people
got
on
my
blast.
text though. I touched him and he started quivering the other day.
Oh, is that the picture you sent me?
Yeah,
Why did he quiver? Did he really quiver?
he did. He's like, you can't do that, man. I'm like, why? He's like, my whole body is an erogenous zone. And the first thing I thought of was, dude, does that mean if you stub your toe, you come too? Just, oh, fuck. Oh.
Damn. I
Imagine
bet.
being in Target and that
I
happened.
wonder what it's like when he goes to the doctor. Like if he has a nurse and she's just like, okay, I'm going to take your blood pressure now. She's like, he's just like, every time she pumps the little fucking,
Yeah.
or
Oh,
she goes to like, fucking, listen to his lungs and shit. And he's just like,
just has a hard dick.
yeah. Why do you have a boner right now?
Why is one eye bigger than the other and your head sideways?
His pupils are dilated.
Why does it look like you're trying to solve a fucking calculus equation right now? Oh, pardon me for 1 second. My wife texted me.
Just be like, yo, bitch. Not today.
Not today, Death. Not today.
Not today. You're mine.
Uh-oh.
I've got you all to myself.
She said she's outside.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Tell her to go home. I'll take you home.
So,
Unless she needs you.
well, that's why I said obligations.
Okay.
No, okay. We're just getting started.
It is what it is, dude.
Don't fucking do that to me.
I mean, it is.
All right.
48 minutes.
48 minutes in?
Mm-hmm. 41 minutes. What do you want me to say?
The best part is when you get upset, your eyes kind of slant, almost like a gunslinger. Kind of like a Jack Palance
You
move.
just picture the little camera like...
Yeah. Tell you the truth, you wouldn't be a bad. Did you play the game Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, of course I did. I'm so excited for the second one.
Looks like was it Marston? What was his first name?
John Marsden.
Was it John?
Mhm.
Yeah. You could probably do that.
I would love to do
If
that.
you can act. Well, that's the thing. Like since I've known you, I feel like you'd be a great actor.
I've always been told I'd be a good villain.
Yeah. I think you'd be good at anything.
Hmm.
Any type of character.
Well, thank you.
You seem like you'd be a good, funny, like Ben Affleck actor, but not an asshole.
Ben Affleck's not an asshole.
No. I mean, he's had some asshole things, but I mean, you can't hold that. You can't not let people redeem themselves.
I just watched Armageddon with Khalees the other night. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. It was her first time. She'd never seen it.
Is she like the female version of me?
Well, no.
No? Okay.
Nope.
The reason I say that is because I feel like I'm one of the few, if any,
Yeah, but
I've never seen Armageddon.
you have no idea how many movies she hasn't seen.
Dude, did I tell you I started hating my wife the other day?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. She'd never seen Ace Ventura. And then I went
I guarantee she's never seen Ace Ventura.
and bought Ace Ventura, and she did not laugh a single time.
What?
Nope. That was the beginning of the end.
She doesn't like poop humor.
Or just facial expressions.
Yeah,
Like, how can you not
that's
laugh?
everything I love about Jim Carrey.
Yeah, like when he fucking finds that Finkel book in the sanitarium,
Yep.
and he just goes, whew. How do you not chuckle at that?
I know. That it just. What about like Dumb and Dumber? Does she laugh at that?
I don't think we've ever seen that. I don't know. I haven't asked her if she's watched that one.
Because that would be. I mean, you just need to start naming Jim Carrey movies.
Well, he's a personal hero.
He's
Just
a personal
like,
hero.
just like
Liar,
Robin
liar.
Williams was, yeah.
Does she
Me,
think that's
Myself,
funny?
and Irene.
Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah.
That what was that Cable Guy movie?
The
You did?
Cable Guy, yeah.
Cable Guy, yeah. Man,
Have you? Okay.
The Grinch?
Sorry, I can't leave her out there because it's 115. But the last one,
She has air conditioning.
but she also has a 2-year-old kid.
She's not standing outside.
You are a gigantic prick.
I am.
God damn it!
You've avoided me for the last 3 weeks.
Have you ever seen I Love You, Philip Morris?
Yes,
Okay. Did you like it?
of course.
Okay. Do you think if you ever get in a car wreck and you're getting carted off,
I hope
to
I
an
get in a
ambulance,
car wreck at this point.
would you just start screaming you're a faggot? Like, I love that. He was just so done. He got in a car wreck. He's like, I'm not lying anymore. He's just like, I'm a faggot.
Says it to who?
That's the thing. He got in a car wreck
Who? Oh yeah,
in the
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
And he was just kind of like,
I forgot about
fuck
that.
everything. And he was just like screaming he was a faggot while he was getting put in the ambulance. So good.
I'd come up with something else other than I'm a faggot. Just start yelling racial slurs as you're being put into the ambulance.
What kind of racial slurs?
I don't know.
Would you choose one specific ethnic group? Fucking dirty mongoloids or some shit like that.
Just start yelling, I'm a chink really loud.
Yeah. I learned off the Rogan podcast that actual like early retardation was called they were called mongoloid idiots.
I think I've heard that
That
before.
was the medical term. Like if you had I think either Down syndrome, I think is what it was.
Mongoloid idiot.
Mongoloid idiot. And that was medical journal. That was the correct
Jargon.
yeah. Oh.
All right.
Thank you for tuning into the Guardians Discourse, everyone.
If you would like, you can listen to us on SoundCloud at Guardians of Discourse,
Don't forget YouTube.
at Guardians of Discourse.
You know how to live your life.
I'm telling you how to live yours.
All right.
Well, congratulations on not having a shitty life as a dredger.
Thank you.
And we will be back soon. Thank you for listening, no matter how short it may be.